we have to talk about Zcash today because, as you can see, in the last 7 days, it's actually up over 20%, actually, at about 20%, 21.5%. Either way, it is up a lot in the last 7 days. I've been talking about how I think this thing is going down all the way to $210, and I still think that we're going to hit $210 inside of Zcash. So I'm still sticking with that. I'm going to talk about why, and I'm going to talk about why it broke out. Anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight into it. So, as everybody knows, we just now had the Fed interest rate lowered by 25%, 25 points, however they like to say it. But they just now lowered the interest rates by a quarter. So that is actually a pretty big thing. Zcash is or was going through a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. Rising wedges actually have a 81% success rate to the downside in a bull market. And this is supposed to be a bearish signal, a rising wedge, right? But inside of the bearish cases, if it's in like a downtrend, as you can see here, the breakout direction is bearish 60% of the cases. So 40% of cases bullish. So it was that small percentage of chance for it to be bullish that it actually was bullish. So this wasn't the same case though for something like Pudgy Penguins. Pudgy Penguins actually just now broke down below its rising wedge, right? Also, Bitcoin is in a rising wedge as well. Bitcoin hasn't quite broke its rising wedge yet, but if Bitcoin breaks to the downside, then Zcash is probably almost definitely going to get rejected. But let's talk about that, because I think that Zcash is actually about to make a quick little bank run all the way up to about $540. I think it's about to make a quick run up there. Either it's going to get all the way up there, or it's going to stop halfway and get rejected. So either or, we have solid support here at about 488. As you can see here, solid support multiple times at 488. So I think that would be the general area for it to stop. If it stops halfway, it gets rejected and goes down. Also, a few other things. The percent R trend exhaustion is showing the short-term trend already kind of over-exhausted itself to the upside. Now we're trying it again. Long-term trend couldn't quite get all the way up there. But if we start to see this short-term trend here dumping and the long-term trend, then they both just start dumping, and we might not even try to make that pump up here. But I think that we might end up making the pump to the upside. I think it might actually end up happening just because it broke out of the rising wedge. It did the complete opposite of what it was supposed to do. So now I think it's going to do just that and go up. So I think this is going to be a temporary thing. I'm still expecting $210 for Zcash. And also on the percent R trend exhaustion, I've noticed this a lot of times, and it'll look exactly like this. So when you see the long-term trend here come a quarter of the way down, short-term trend all the way down, what happens? Short-term trend recovers, goes back up to the long-term trend. Boom, both of them dump at the same time simultaneously right after that. What are we doing now? Long-term trend about halfway down, not a quarter, and then it's going to come up here. Short-term trend probably going to come immediate somewhere up here. Boom, both trends are going to probably end up coming down at the same time after that. So we could see a pullback is pretty much what I'm saying. So we could end up seeing that rejection up there. That could be how that rejection happens. We have this short-term pump up here because of the short-term trend bringing it up and the long-term trend going up slowly. And then once they meet each other and intersect up here, then they both come down at the same time. And that could be enough purchasing power to push it to either 488 and get rejected, and then continue to 410, or well, continue down to 340 and then down to 210. I mean, or you could see it come all the way up here to 540 and then try to make it go down a little bit more. If either one of these, I would say 588, or not 588. I mean 488. I would say 488, and then a nasty pullback from there. So, and also the MACD is showing that some buying pressure is coming in. So I think that we should have a little temporary relief rally here. But I'm still predicting $210 on Zcash. It might take a little bit, so we'll see. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you guys today. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.